Hi there everyone, it's George from ALM Fitness. Now in today's video we are going to talk about 5 ways that you can improve your physical and mental health during lockdown. Or maybe it's not about improving those things, maybe it's just about maintaining those things so that you're in a good place both physically and mentally. So we're going to go through our top 5 today. Number 1, or not necessarily in any order, but number 1 we're going to talk about walking outside and the benefits that that can bring. So you've probably heard loads of people talk about going out for a walk outside during lockdown, really good for you. And at the moment we're as I'm recording this video, we're able to go outside once during the day to exercise. So whilst you can exercise inside, you can do things like your resistance training or like your fitness classes inside via Zoom and things like that. You can't obviously get the benefits of the outdoor walking unless you obviously go outside. So there are lots of benefits to outdoor walking, just being in nature, even if you have a park or if you have a woodland area nearby, then that's great. Obviously we can't travel very far at the moment to go there, but just going out to some of these areas and taking in that fresh air and seeing again nature around you is going to really boost your positivity. And there are lots of studies actually linking that to better things, believe it or not, happening later on in your week. So better experiences are more likely to happen to you later on in the week. Obviously that's going to be in the way you perceive it based on going on walks and things like that, but that's an interesting bit of research that I'm sure you might not have known about. So number 2, we're going to talk about using support. And again, I don't want to be too kind of cliche with lots of these things because you've probably heard all of this that I'm going to talk about quite a few times, but this is quite an important one, and not in the way that you think about. Obviously, if you need support with mental health issues, that you need to contact the relevant person for that. But this is in the sense of talking and reaching out to people such as your friends, such as if you're doing any fitness classes, the trainers, or anyone, your family obviously would be ideal as well, but making sure and making it part of your routine so that we're not under the impression of, well, I feel fine at the moment, or I feel just like kind of okay, so I'm just not gonna contact anyone, not gonna look for that support because I don't need it. But the whole point of that support being there is that you can give your support to other people as well as them giving you back, and that's going to happen subconsciously. So you may not think you need the support, but you will benefit from it in huge ways. So it's really important to make sure that you're staying connected with people during lockdown, especially as important if you live on your own, or even if you live with your family, keeping connected with friends is massively important. Another thing we're going to talk about is trying new recipes. So trying things that will make your diet a little bit more interesting. So lots of us are trying to stick to some kind of diet, whether it be something simple, such as just cutting down on a few processed foods, or whether it be much more strict, such as you're in a large calorie deficit and you're trying to lose weight. Either way, you can really benefit from trying new recipes out or trying new foods. The foods you eat don't have to be boring. They can be exciting and low calorie. They can be high volume, so filling. They can also be low calorie and help you with your weight loss goals if that is your goal. So that is something that we can definitely benefit from. And again, doing some research into that, maybe sitting down on a Sunday night before the next week starts, planning out some meals. Even if just to start with, you just plan out maybe 3 dinners throughout the week. If you can spread that out throughout the week and plan out 3 dinners, going to get you in the habit of eating foods that you enjoy, that are flavoursome, and that aren't kind of too boring at the same time. So the next point we're going to talk about is learning a skill. So learning a skill is kind of, in my opinion, on a similar level to recommending meditation to people during lockdown. And that is because it helps you stay present. It helps you focus on something that isn't work necessarily, that doesn't feel like work anyway, and that isn't kind of boring, and also stops your mind from wandering to other places. So for example, I play guitar. I have done for quite a while. It's not something I've learned during lockdown, but learning new songs that I wouldn't be able to play before has really helped me kind of calm down, almost a meditative experience where I'm just playing and that's the only thing I'm thinking of. So whatever it may be, whether it's learning a new language, whether it doesn't necessarily have to be a skill, it could just be a hobby you've not tried before. Like I know quite a few people have been doing puzzles and things like that. So something else that you can just focus on and you can get your mind into it. Preferably something that might be quite difficult. Not obviously, you don't want anything that's too easy to achieve. So learning a new instrument potentially could be a good one, like a guitar. Even if you've never tried guitar before, because there's lots to learn there and it's going to take up a lot of your attention at once. So learning a skill could be a good one to go for. And if you don't like the thought of kind of meditation, learning a skill or doing something and just focusing on that one thing, you are being present in that way. So it's a good way of almost meditating, but in a different sense. Another, and the fifth thing that we're going to cover is routine. Now, it's massively important for both your mental and physical health that you get into a routine. Really important with our sleep and the regulation of our circadian rhythm, that we wake up and go to bed at roughly the same times, that we get the same amount and quality of sleep if we can, and we do everything that we can do to try and do that. And just general routine throughout the day. We've probably, again, another thing you've probably heard non-stop throughout the last few lockdowns is that routine is so important, and it really is. It is just so important that we stick to our routine. And once you're in a routine, your brain is in a happier place, a much happier place when it knows what's coming, it knows what it's doing. Obviously, you can throw a bit of variety in there with different things you do, that's fine. But when it comes to wake up, sleep times, meal times, things like that, getting into a routine with that, if you just cover those two things, so going to bed and wake up times and then meal timing, if you keep those consistent on a daily basis, you're going to be in a much better place, and you're going to be much more you're going to feel more consistent, you're going to feel more in a routine, and it's going to help you, again, both mentally and physically. So hopefully we've learned something from this, or something we can take away. I don't recommend, or I don't necessarily expect you all to deploy all 5 of these things into your life straight away and be perfect with them. Maybe just pick one of them. For example, walking outside, you could go on a walk a day, or you could try that new skill or something like that and just pop that into your daily routine if you are struggling at the moment. So hopefully that's been useful, guys, and I'll see you in another video.